Hey guys, it's Derek and I'm sat in the passenger seat of my Tesla Model 3 and I just want to have a quick chat to you about this beautiful 15-inch touchscreen, which is the centerpiece or the main focus of the compartment of the Tesla. It gives you all the information you need, including all the driving details, the maps, the entertainment, and I just want to show you how great it is, how actually amazing it is. Almost comparable to an Apple iPad Pro. It's responsive, the features are amazing, and I just want to go through them with you quickly right now. So one of the first things I did when I got the Tesla was I bought a screen protector off Amazon. Basically, with any large display where you're going to constantly be sticking your fingers on it, I love to have a screen protector because it protects the screen from not only smudges, which you can wipe off, but it protects the screen from getting any scratches, and I hate scratches. And when you've got a screen that's built into a car, it's not something that you can change easily. It's not like you can just swap it out. So I want to keep the screen as pristine for as long as possible, and hence I got a matte screen protector for it. It's a little bit more difficult to put on, honestly, compared to an iPad, because the screen is mounted on the car and it's a bit fiddly because you got to get the position right, got to make sure there's no dust underneath it, but it works and I'm pretty happy with the way it's been applied. I know there's a lot of glare, but this is the main screen that you get and it's got all the features you need. So it allows you to control the lights, or the gadgets like the mirrors and the windows and the glove box, which doesn't have a physical push button. It's controlled here on the touchscreen. The rain sensing wipers, which I find so far to be a little bit hit and miss, just like any other car. It allows you to control the mirrors, the Sentry mode, the steering column, which you can shift up and down. It allows you to set the different settings on how you want to drive your car. Standard steering is what I like, and the hold means that it's basically a situation where you're at a light, where there's a bit of a hill or something like that, and the car kind of applies almost like a handbrake and it stops it from rolling. The charging details tells you everything you need to know. As a rule, when you're just doing daily trips, you set the charging for up to about 80 to 90% and you leave the 100% fully charged to when you go on a big trip. Theoretically, with these batteries, you don't want them fully charged at all times to 100%, and also when it's fully charged, it affects the regenerative braking, so it doesn't work as efficiently. And also, if you go to superchargers and try and recharge your car when it's like 75 or 80%, it takes longer to charge. So that's the theory. You charge it up to 80 to 90% for daily trips and only charge it fully when you are planning on going on a big road trip when you don't know where you can get easy access to chargers. Autopilot, this is a screen that allows you to adjust a few things. This enables you to set lock features for your car, and the good thing about it, as soon as you walk away from this car, all the windows will close if you set it that way, and the doors will lock. It will also tell you if your car is unlocked. As you can see here, walk away, drive, door lock, and it will actually let you know if your windows or your doors are unlocked or open once you've left the car. The lights, pretty self-explanatory. It's just for the headlights. Display is pretty similar to any other touchscreen device. It allows you to set like a light mode or a dark mode, just as you would with an iPhone or an iPad. And the thing about the clean screen mode, or the screen clean mode, is that the screen turns off, because right now with it being bright and white, you can't actually see the smudges so easily, but when the screen goes dark, it's much easier to see all the smudges on it. So that's why they have this mode, which is a great thought from Tesla. I don't really use the trip computer, but it tells you basically the distance you've gone and how much energy you've used. The navigation allows you to plan routes, just like with any other navigation device. It allows you to set whether you want to avoid toll roads, which I never do, because there's toll roads all over Sydney and it's physically impossible to avoid them. Ferries, well, I've never ever turned that on any car, to be honest. In terms of safety, it allows you to access the car from the mobile, and also has all the features for your Sentry mode. And the thing about Tesla is that they tend to release software updates really frequently. I've had 3 updates and I've only had the car for a month. That's much quicker than any other system, which is really good because it allows them to easily add any new features or any revisions. If there's a bug, it allows them to rectify that very early on. And lastly, with the upgrade features, it allows you to add premium connectivity, and that's pretty much it. If you want to add like full self-driving, you're gonna have to do it from the app on your iPhone. Now, just a quick thing I wanted to say in regards to the connectivity of this car. You cannot use Apple CarPlay on a Tesla. I don't know if you can use Android Auto because I don't have an Android phone, but you definitely can't use Apple CarPlay. And the problem with that for me is we are subscribed to Apple Music. There is a Spotify app in the Tesla software, which you can just type in your password and it uses your account for your Spotify. There is no such thing for Apple Music. You cannot use the touchscreen to control your Apple Music in the way that you can with a car with Apple CarPlay. Waze is not so easy to use, nor is Scribd. These are two things I use regularly in my old car. You're going to need to use your phone kind of to do that, and it's a little bit more inconvenient. And the one thing that I've noticed as well is that, yes, the software in this car is a little bit glitchy at times, and sometimes you actually have to fiddle around with it to get your phone to connect. Never had that problem with the Apple CarPlay in my old car, but bear in mind with the old car that I've made a previous videos about this, is that right now my phone is charging via a wireless charger. That immediately makes it not possible to access all your apps with Apple CarPlay even in a conventional vehicle unless your car has a built-in Wi-Fi network. So basically you can't access any of the features as easily if you're not wired in a connection, and because I charge my car wirelessly here, I wouldn't get all those features that I would normally get with Apple CarPlay anyhow. One thing though that is definitely clear at this point is that the software in this Tesla is not as good as recognizing my voice as Siri. There are a lot of transcription or kind of mistakes when you try and do voice messages when you're in the car. Obviously when you're driving, you're not going to be typing in messages on the screen. There are a lot of errors. And kind of I've just given up right now. I just send it the way they are. A lot of the words are misinterpreted, but as long as the person kind of knows what you're talking about, I think it's okay. But Siri is way more accurate than the voice recognition system of this car at the moment. So some of these features like theater, where you can watch movies and TV shows, video games. The toy box is just, you can have like light shows and like an open log fire and stuff like that. You can have a radio. Karaoke is just basically music where you can sing along to it, and that's the internet browser. Bear in mind that a lot of features that involve touching the screen don't work unless your car is in park. So you cannot watch movies, cannot watch Netflix, Disney Plus, and you can't access the browser when you're driving. And as much as you'd like to be able to watch Netflix when you're driving, it's dangerous and you certainly shouldn't be allowed to do that. So there's no issues with me in terms of it not being available when I'm driving, because you just got to get real. If you've got TV going whilst you're driving, you're not going to be focusing on the road. So it's certainly a safety thing that Tesla has brought in. You should not be watching TV when you're driving your car. But the great thing about the entertainment system is it does keep everyone else entertained when you're parked. And the major time when you're going to be finding yourself parked in a Tesla is when you're charging. And what better thing there is to do when you're waiting at a supercharger to charge your car than to watch your favorite Netflix program. And this is exactly what this entertainment system is designed for, and I love it. I've only used it a couple of times. It's not a huge drain on your battery, so it's not like you watch an hour of a movie, you're going to drain 10% of your battery or anything like that, which you sometimes get on your phone. That's not an issue whatsoever. And if you're really that low on battery anyway, you really need to charge the car. As I mentioned, the software is a tiny bit glitchy. Sometimes you do need to fiddle around a little bit to get things to work, especially sometimes when you try and connect to the Wi-Fi network. If you have a hotspot on your phone and you're using that to download the latest Tesla software updates, it gets a little bit glitchy. If you're anything a little bit knowledgeable about tech, that shouldn't be a problem, but it can be a little bit frustrating if you're just trying to get things done quickly. The voice recognition is definitely nowhere near as good as Siri. I'm assuming that this will gradually improve as the software updates roll out. It may just be because I don't speak clearly, but I've never had as many problems with Siri as I have with this when it comes to sending messages on iMessage. So that's it for this video. I'm going to bring you heaps more about this Tesla in the upcoming weeks. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Bye.